Welcome to North Carolina. My name's Becky and I am submitting this video because I have a very desperate landscape. From the end of our driveway, or the paved part, our house doesn't look so bad, but we live off of the road quite a bit, and we're surrounded by fields, soybean fields, and sometimes corn fields. And you can't really tell from the road how desperate our landscape is, but I'll let you take a peek at my elderly neighbor's landscape, and you can see that he takes pride in his yard. And then I'll show you our yard. So we have a very, very long driveway. I have a small dog, which I'm always afraid she's going to get run over. You can see the traffic on the road. But our neighbor has some gorgeous mature trees. He has beautiful flowers. And our mother-in-law and father-in-law, or my mother-in-law and father-in-law, live next door. But next door is about a block away, and they take such pride in their yards. You can see how well manicured his yard is, and how he has beautiful dogwoods and plum trees, and he keeps it planted, and there's beautiful azalea bushes, and in the springtime his yard is just awesome. So back to our yard. As you walk back up the driveway, you can tell that we're surrounded by trees on one side, and then of course the field on the other side. And on the other side of this field is my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house, and they have a beautiful yard with mature trees and all kinds of beautiful flowering plants. They have a beautiful garden. We're trying. There's one of our attempts to plant a tree. It's a pecan tree because we love to make pecan pie, and I love to make sweet potato casserole. Down here on this side of the driveway is another attempt at making our landscape more beautiful. We have pear trees. And just beyond that, my husband is always wanting to know what the weather is. So we have this gorgeous weather station. But whatever. Beyond that is where I planted our garden. And of course you see our satellite dish. And here comes my little Daisy. She's adorable, but she doesn't have a fence. We need a fence for her so that she doesn't run off. Here's our front yard. We can't get anything to grow here because it's so shady. I've got azaleas planted here in the front along with hosta. That's about all I could get them to do, and it's really pathetic because that's been 4 years and they haven't grown at all. Come on, Daisy, don't go to the road. Come on. Our front yard, we thought we were getting a load of topsoil, and you can see there's little blue rocks all in our yard. That's what you get when somebody offers you something for free. We did pay for topsoil when we built the house 4 years ago, and we got topsoil placed around the house. Well, our shrubs have just loved it so much that they've become huge and overgrown, and my husband just doesn't have time to plant everything. I have lupus, and I used to plant stuff. These are money plants that have been sitting here for honestly a month, slowly dying because we can't get our act together to put them in the ground. Our walkway is scary, but I used to do some of the planting and everything, and I got Aspergillus pneumonia, which is essentially black mold in my lungs. It's a fungal infection, and I got it because I have lupus, and at the time I was on chemotherapy. So I am no longer allowed to get down in the dirt and actually do anything. And we have this massive overgrowth of gardenias. I don't even remember the name of these little flowers, but we have snakes. And honestly, I'm afraid when I come up on my front porch because these plants are so tall. They're almost as tall as the porch. And no joke, yesterday we had a baby deer run into our front door. So this is our front porch. You can't even look out over the yard because it's so overgrown and spooky. I don't like to come out here at all. We have drains here in the yard, and I'm just afraid anytime I go down and look at the drain, there's going to be a snake coming out of it. And we have another one over here. Right there. But as you can see, we have massively overgrown trees. Shrubs.